That's Trey.
And that's Goldie.
We're friends
From college.
Then Trey married my sister.
But unfortunately, we got divorced.
We don't talk about that.
Mostly because there's nothing to talk about.
It was all good.
Our friendship deepened while we were both employed in an event production consulting company.
We spent 280 plus days on the road.
Which made us expert business travelers.
And expert best friends who always had one goal in mind.
Host a podcast together. And after people didn't like the first 6 shows, including one where we interviewed building contractors in the Upper Peninsula while they were working,
and one where we searched the country for the next great kid blues guitarist,
we realized we weren't making shows about our true passion.
We had to talk about the thing we know and love more than anything.
Welcome to Business Trips. Hey, welcome to Business Trips, everybody. This week we're going to talk to a great new guest about their business travel tips. But first, a word from our sponsor.
This episode of Business Trips is brought to you by Tequila. We are LA's premier tequila spot. With over 150 different bottles and varieties, Tequila is the place to grab a margarita with friends after work or family in town visiting. We're an authentic Mexican cantina with attention paid not just to our cuisine and drinks, but also to our decor. We've got various deals being offered throughout the week, so be sure to join us for Margarita Mondays, Fajita Thursdays, or Guacamole Sunday afternoons. You can find us on Hollywood Boulevard, close enough to all the action, but also safely away from the hustle and bustle. We're sorry to say that we are currently not emphasizing our event programs. Doesn't mean we aren't able to host your big group or gathering. It just means we aren't dedicating an employee to coordinate those larger events or buyouts. To be clear, we'd love to host your next event, but you will be assuming more of the organizational responsibility than we used to offer. Okay? We'll see you next time for some fantastico Mexican food and your favorite tequila at Tequila.
Is that how they say it?
I think so. That's how it's spelled.
Well, we're appreciative of
Tequila.
And I'm excited. I'm mostly excited right now, both about that sponsor, but about our guest today.
Great sponsor and great guest, yeah.
Her name is Tabitha Body, and she's got some tips for our listeners. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Welcome, Tabitha.
I have to say, this is such a refreshing experience already.
Oh, good.
Thanks for saying that.
I really, the moment I walked in here, I was just like, these guys,
Well, we thought the same thing. I don't know for our audio-only listeners, but we saw Tabitha has a very cool sun hat. Is that what it's called?
What
I
is
love
that?
wearing this when I travel, and I have to say I travel all the time. This is actually, what's funny you were mentioning Tequila, because I actually met a vet there who I'm actually going to see him next week in Afghanistan, and he gave me this. He mailed me this as a gift.
A veteran of the war who ended up staying there, kind of like in Deer Hunter or whatever?
Exactly.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm actually collaborating with him. I have
great.
a lot
What are you
going
guys working on?
Yeah, I'm happy to be here because I feel like I'm kind of in a new frontier of my life right now. So Tabitha Body, I work at Bath and Body Works.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you knew this. There's Jim Bath, Herman Body, which is my great grandfather.
Oh, a family name. I did not know.
Yes. And then Tim Works, but we're no longer associating with the Works. But
And so,
Like
so interesting. So based on, let me ask this the right way,
Please
if
do.
I can. I'm not even sure I can.
Careful.
Yeah. So the function of those things came, like, Tim Works.
I thought you were going to ask if we test on animals.
Well,
I was going to say only if they're very depressed, because
Right.
actually our lotions have a positive effect.
they do.
They really do. I actually believe that our cucumber melon lotion, which I've been testing out in IV form, has real healing properties, and that's kind of part of my bigger mission that I'm taking out.
Tabitha, there's so much happening in our
There-
first
there-
few minutes.
There really is.
I have
Please.
so many follow-ups.
Please.
First off, yeah, so, okay. There are people who fought in the war in Afghanistan who stuck around, sort of expats now, and you've teamed up with one to do a lotion.
Well, I'm trying to take the violence out of bath bombs. So I've been working with the military, and that this came through. And by the way, I know I have my phone here. I'm waiting for a text from my colleague Lyle, who's actually head of bath bombs.
Is he the Afghanistan guy?
No, this is a different guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Head of bath bombs for Bath and Body Works?
This is Bath and Body Works
Bath and
LLC. That is
Body
correct.
Works.
And my grandfather's is
Herman.
Herman Body. May he rest in peace. So, I mean, technically right now I'm not on payroll. I'll just give you a little backstory, because this is also kind of part of my new path and my new venture, and why I'm just overjoyed that you asked me to be on the show is we have candle conventions. So, for example, we had a candle convention in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
A couple months ago. So people would pitch.
Beautiful up there.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Yeah. And they have a lot of fresh ingredients that I've been trying to kind of incorporate into my own lotions. They have trout. It's great for fishing. Thinking of kind of a fishy serum that might do well with a younger crowd, but we're going to flag that for follow-up. So what would be your ideal candle if you were to have
not
candle
fish.
scent?
Nothing fish related, I think, for me. I don't know. It's like graham crackers.
I love that. So almost like a cheesecake based.
No dairy. I like the honey, the kind of the, like it's not too sweet, but it is a cracker. It's a biscuit. I think biscuit, anything in the biscuit family.
Interesting. How about you?
Log fire. Wait, sorry.
I love that you say that because I'm wearing Marshmallow Fireside.
Smoky.
today.
Oh, well, that's great.
It does smell
I
good.
still actually, and we'll do this. Can you ask me again what we're going to replace that?
Sure. What would be your ideal candle scent?
I think you need to have one ready.
I didn't.
wanna
Log fire.
Oh,
Fine.
God.
It's the same one.
Log
Can you
fire?
ask me about another one too.
What would
Marshmallows.
be marshmallows?
Well, like what you said.
Right. Well, here's what happened to me. So I go to this candle conference, and it's a pitch thing. People are going up, Mary Berry Blast. I want vanilla warmth. All these kind
They're
of.
just
warmth.
throwing out everything.
Throwing out everything, seeing what sticks. I went up there and I said, "How about?" And you could hear a pin drop. A wickless candle, where only the spiritual can see the flame. So one by one, I invite people up. I invite the CEO. Do you see the flame? I invite my assistant. Do you see the flame? One by one employees.
How many did they?
We went through about 6, and the current CEO pulled me aside and he said, "You do not belong here."
Oh.
Right.
And he told me that I
You had to go.
Yeah, I thought he's saying that I'm destined for something greater, that I'm should no longer be.
Good.
However, I'm still going on all the business trips. I'm just staying in a different roped off area.
Okay.
It's very
So
exclusive.
are you part of management? How do you exactly fit into the organizational
So
structure?
the thing is, I could never work in the stores because I'm allergic to the scent of the mango ice cream infuser. So I've never actually been.
They use a lot of that in those, I bet.
Is that the basis for a lot
on
of
hours? However, I have the key for after hours. Let's just say I'm not the key to the mall for after hours. So I was Herman
Our
did
feet
leave
bumped.
me.
Sorry.
Oh, please. Herman did leave me a key. So I'm still going to the conferences, and now because here's the thing, Oprah says,
What does she
be
say?
who you want to be in the world.
Not who you used to be.
Not who you
don't.
don't want to be.
Right.
Exactly.
Huh. So when you're traveling, would you say that's your comfort zone, or do you prefer to be back at the home base?
I love meeting people. I love connecting, and I love collaboration.
Well, but I got to point out, you said a moment ago, now you're in a roped off section. Are you still getting to meet as many people? And why are they're roping off the...
I go down to the bars.
Oh.
I actually am still communicating. I'm very close with this colleague of mine, Lyle.
You mentioned him. Is
so
he?
funny.
And he's the one. He's not in.
He's not the one that's still...
Bagram.
So sorry, he actually just texted me.
That's
This
the
is
Air
so
Force
funny.
Base.
He just sent me a GIF of a bomb being detonated, and he wrote
bath bomb.
next week in Peoria.
So,
Yeah.
but his is
Sorry.
a real bomb, but you guys are working on a project where bath bombs. So bath
Right.
bombs are basically a chemical wad that gets dropped into a bath water.
Wad.
Okay, so the way that Bath and Body works, it's not completely chemical, but that's part of the landscape that I'm interested in changing. I want bath bombs that you can bring anywhere that are safe for animals.
Are they ever unsafe?
Well, they do. Some do stain. I say
I
this
see,
not
they
about
stain
Bath
it.
and Body Works. I
They
say this
stain
about.
the animal.
Are there and bubbles every time? Not really.
It's more of a cleansing fizz, I
Eh.
would say. Here's It's more like a champagne bath, which, by the way,
Oh.
we actually have a
champagne?
lotion called Champagne Toast.
Oh, that's got to burn.
Right, that threw me
Yeah.
because who wants toast
Whenever
that
I
tastes
watch,
like alcohol?
whenever I watch the, so when I was a
interesting.
kid, I'd watch the. Okay, it's like, oh, your team won the pennant,
Right.
right? And then all the guys, here comes the champagne bottles, and then all the guys are wearing ski goggles. Okay, I didn't know until later. The reason is champagne in the eyes.
Yeah. Well, that's why, if you ever see.
You can't
I
do
actually see
it.
what you're saying is very poetic. Champagne in the eyes.
You
I'm
got a
not-
new idea. I can see the wheels
Yeah,
spinning.
yeah.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's.
But
Okay.
if that gave off a scent, could that be a candle? Maybe.
Yes.
Because what? Go ahead.
I love that name
Yeah.
for a candle. Champagne in the eyes.
Yeah, and it smells kind of like salty tears.
Mm.
What I found out as an adult is that if you ever see a photo of like a guy in a bath where the bath water is all champagne,
Oh, this is my daily Google search, actually.
yeah, they put tape over their penis holes.
Yeah, I was gonna say my urethra is on
Yeah.
fire. Even
No, they
thinking
they
about
put a
this.
little piece of black electrical tape over their penis hole.
No. Then taking that off, what happens then?
Well, it's better than but it's worth it for the photos because then you're in a bath with.
Is that because it will then absorb the champagne?
I
And,
think it's just it's such a sensitive
right.
area.
It's the same as the eyes.
These are all
It's the
things
body
yeah.
part that's close to your eyes.
These are things to take into consideration,
Yeah.
and I will be bringing this up the next time I go to the conference.
So when you got another conference coming up. You got your
Hashtag conference life.
That's right.
and you got exciting projects with a lot of our military. It sounds like
With the
and
military, also this guy Lyle, who's
right, Lyle.
so funny.
Why? How?
He's so funny. He says the funniest thing.
Like-
we were at Tequila's. So I'm
Tequila, yeah.
a regular there, actually. Tequila, yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
regular there.
Tequila.
I went there with Lyle, but now it's kind of, you're not supposed to kind of see people within the company, but we're keeping it clean,
Oh.
of course. But
the company
he actually,
doing a little lockdown.
they're doing a little restructuring, but but Lyle actually, when after that thing happened with the wickless candles, he came up to me, he was like,
Yes.
I'm going to run you a bath, come to my room. Very supportive colleague.
That feels flirtatious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird in the bath industry because that's probably like, oh, we work in the basketball industry. Let's shoot hoops together.
Yes.
And so maybe for you guys, that is, I'm gonna run you a bath. Come on by.
I have to say, I feel like in the workplace, and this is something that Brene Brown teaches, is that you should incorporate
Who is that?
nudity. She's a vulnerability coach, and she says, next time you're on a Zoom, yes, mix business with pleasure.
Oh,
Oh,
Why can't it be pleasurable?
right.
why do we have to?
That's interesting.
Yeah, do you not have anything like that at your company where you have kind of vulnerability or trust?
Well, we used to work at a company where vulnerability was very much frowned upon.
Yeah, and making things personal and we loved our company
Oh, yeah.
deeply, but I never thought of the fact that I could be, it's a tricky
Yeah,
line.
my name is Body, and I
Right.
can't share mine with a colleague. So we were at Tequila's, and he says
Tequila.
he said the funniest. He's so funny.
What?
Lyle, this is Lyle.
This is Lyle.
I don't know
He's
why.
so funny. He wears a Washington Wizards jersey, and I go, you're an actual wizard. He is so good in his department. So I'm talking to Lyle, and he goes, what's stronger? He goes, what's stronger than fire? I'm like, what? And he goes, water. And I go, okay. And he goes, what's stronger than water? I said, what? And he goes,
Scissors.
Wind.
Right, rock.
Interesting. I actually, okay.
No, I like how.
But then paper
Lyle's.
too.
Then
I don't
he
know
goes,
why.
"What's-
When you talk
Well,
about Lyle,
you don't like
for
him."
some reason I'm jealous or something, but I don't know
I
why.
don't like hearing about Lyle for some reason, but
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
want to hear where he was
He
going
does
with
stay
this.
in the presidential suite.
So what is stronger than?
So then he goes, what's stronger than water? He goes, wind. Wind moves the waves.
That's true. He's right on that.
Then he says, what's stronger than wind? He goes, we are, because we breathe in, we breathe out. Okay.
He's saying this to you while you're in a
Saying
bath
this
in his
to me.
room?
This was actually at Tequila.
Oh, at Tequila, yeah.
At Tequila. And then he goes, and what's stronger than we are? And he goes,
Fire.
fear.
Oh, fear.
Oh, I hate fear.
Well, then he said, what's stronger than fear? And I said, what? And he said, tequila. And then he did a shot off me. It was so funny.
I'm coming around
So
on Lyle
funny.
a little bit.
I
That's such a long walk.
Yeah, Lyle.
He sounds like.
But
I
he
like-
got from A to B, and that's the way his mind just works that way.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do one.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
What's stronger than? Wait, sorry.
what's stronger than fear, though? Just keep following it. What's
Yeah.
stronger than
Okay.
fear?
Well, he already said tequila. I think.
Oh,
I'm
what's
gonna
stronger
do a new
than
one.
what's strong? Okay,
What's stronger than rocks?
paper.
I don't. Sorry,
You're so funny.
I
That is
wasn't.
so funny.
I wasn't.
You
okay.
guys, that
Is
is.
Lyle?
He's not married. He does
No,
on
no, no.
his. Oh,
No. Oh God, what is Lyle?
it's his
Is
cousin.
Lyle?
Sorry.
Is Lyle the one who's in Afghanistan?
What's his cousin?
Lyle's Instagram has pictures of this woman, and I was like, "Who is that?"
Yeah.
Right.
There's like a wedding and stuff, and he goes, "That's my cousin. We staged that like
Oh,
as
I
a
see.
joke." As
Oh.
a joke.
But are they
How many
kissing or anything?
And how many pictures of?
It's like
her
not.
are
It's
there?
like you can see a little space if you look closely enough.
But how
Oh,
many?
it's like a kiss with a
Yeah,
tiny bit of
yeah.
space.
how many
photo.
photos?
It was just a slide. They're like we did it as a joke, and I actually really like that he's close to his family. But I don't know. I was with this guy from Dallas who worked in the actual like
Dallas,
body
Fort Worth.
wash, and he just like a lot of red flags, you know.
What were,
Was it
like,
Dallas?
He'd be
or
like,
Fort
I'm
Worth?
in town, and then I go, oh, that's cool. And he goes, can I stay at your dad? Like he wanted to stay in my dad's guest house.
Yeah.
Nah. Do you stay there?
So
Do you live on the old? Are you on the old
No.
family?
I mean, I live
Estate?
with my husband.
Okay.
You're married.
Yes. However, so I live with a guy. I'm kind of going through a transition. Like I said, like
No
with all of this.
judgment.
No,
Yeah,
please,
no.
please. And I'm actually kind of relieved right now. So my husband is very close with his therapist, Denise.
I
And
don't think. Okay.
he's like, no, I like.
just calls her
for him, but
Denise?
he's 22. He's got a lot
Oh.
of life ahead of him.
Your husband?
Yes. I know,
How long
I
have-
know. Everyone has that reaction. But
I-
Not at all. Zero.
Yeah.
We had no
Yeah,
reaction.
I didn't even
Yes.
feel it.
He didn't even make any movement.
he was working he was in the stock room. And so,
At,
yeah.
at your family
At
company.
Bath and Body.
Yeah, but I don't go in. So I would always have to go in the back, like
Mm-hmm.
to drop stuff off. So that's how I met my husband. But he's on his own path. I'm on mine. And we have
Yes.
an understanding. And
Yeah. I think there's a lot of modern relationships out there.
yeah.
Of which I don't understand, but I don't judge them. I don't know how to really.
Can I also say this was more of a business thing because he wants to get his HVAC license, and I had this idea. Now this is, I'm going to try to pitch this in Peoria, cucumber melon air conditioning, and I'm telling you now because this is what's cooler than cucumber melon wafting
But
to
that's
the air?
his idea.
Well, it sounds like you've got kind of an arrangement.
It's supposed to be a collaboration.
partnership.
So that was his
Gotcha.
deal was let's get married, get me into the family.
I
So
see.
we are not. I have a platonic husband essentially.
Was it always?
We
Doesn't matter.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean,
It
Doesn't
feels
matter.
like there's a little bit more electricity around Lyle.
Yeah.
he used to actually date Jenna Bath, who is more in his age range. Jenna Bath.
Well, now I feel like he's kind of just was looking for any route.
He
into
does
the
feel
company.
not like a grifter, but like someone who's maybe a little bit opportunistic.
It's like
If I can- if
whenever,
I can say that.
Yeah, if you're like, hey, who have you
Yeah.
dated? And someone's like, Andre Agassi and Nadal Rafael and everyone, and you're like, I'm seeing a similarity. You know,
Right,
They're
right,
trying to get
yeah.
into the tennis.
Well, one, we're friends now.
Oh, good.
Two, I signed a prenup.
Oh, good.
And three, we're still working on this. So like
You have to have those if you're in the Body family, I assume.
you've got. I mean, my dad was my father, who it's a long story. I haven't seen him.
How
in a
many
long time.
bodies are there?
So there are. Let's see. There's me. There's Stephanie. And then I have. I don't know if I should include the tiger. We have a tiger named Renee. Renee Body. I would say there are 7 close. The rest are like removed.
Well, I wouldn't count the tiger. So is 7 with the tiger?
That's no. 7's without the tiger. Sorry,
Okay.
7
Yeah,
without
so
the tiger.
7.
Yeah, there's 7.
I had a red flag a couple of years ago. Goldie knows about this. You were talking about red flags.
I have no idea where this is going.
I'm talking to a girl online,
Oh,
Instagram
yes.
messaging.
Yes.
And
yes.
she says, come meet me and we'll have a little bit of wine. We'll listen to an orchestra, album. And she sent me an address and it looked about right. I drive there. It was about 30 minutes east.
The first flag.
Right.
Never drive east.
When I got there, it was just a field with like a couple cow carcasses. There was at least that was the closest thing that my phone said, you're here, you've arrived at what, and I think it was a fake address.
Yeah, no, it was.
And you met this woman online?
I had met her online. Yeah, I'd only talked to her on that, and I didn't reach out and tell her. I was embarrassed.
But was there a house or was it just the carcass?
No, it was one of those things where you just keep turning back and back, and the thing is like, you have arrived. And I got out and I walked around and it was,
Can I
tall,
ask you next
wet
time
grass.
that happens, call me?
Sure.
I'll send you a scented truck. Send a scented truck to pick you up.
You have scented trucks?
We've got everything's infused. Raspberry, berry melt,
Now,
vanilla
what does that mean?
warmth.
It's like an enclosed truck that if someone's sitting in the back of it.
Sounds delicious.
Everything we have. And by the way, I can now look at people and just say pine essence. I can just see the lotion that they need on their body.
But in the truck, you're in a truck and it's pumping gas in and to the back and it smells?
Well, this is what I'm working on with my husband. Is this kind of air conditioner that
with
is
the kid?
infusing.
With the young?
He's 22.
22.
But what about Lyle? He doesn't want to be part of that?
It's so funny. I mean, I don't even know.
I don't even know why.
I know.
why I
I'm
asked
actually
about
curious.
Lyle, actually.
Like, I'm actually,
Yeah.
I'm excited for Peoria.
Yeah.
But they put.
Yeah.
Are
Lyle,
they're trucks that are.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like a U-Haul where the back it just has hoses?
just trust me. Next time it happens, you
Call
have my
you.
number.
Mm-hmm.
You have my number. Call me.
Okay. Well, I think we have a couple final questions.
When you go to
Yeah.
these candle conventions, what is the thing that I think people wouldn't expect, or would they be surprised to find out about?
And how do they get the scent in the candle?
That's probably the main thing.
Oh God. Okay, what people would be surprised about is how many people use Lubriderm, if I'm to be honest with you.
Lubriderm.
A lot of the guys who are working I'm like, let me smell your hand. Sometimes they'll go around and do a smell test while I'm checking for the ring.
Now look at us both hiding our hands. Oh, you mean they have to lube up their hand to take off the wedding ring?
Oh, well,
no, not
I
that.
was just saying
so.
sometimes it's dual purpose. I'll say, let me smell your hand to see if you're actually representing the brand. Smell the hand, represent the brand.
Oh, that's the
But
old
I
saying.
guess you could
If the hand don't
use a little
fit,
cinnamon worms to
if
tug
the
off
hand
the
don't
ring.
smell,
Right. Then what do you do? Then what the hell?
If the hand
then
don't
what
smell.
the hell?
What are you doing here? Why would you represent a brand
If
you're
the
not?
hand don't smell, what are you doing
What
here?
are you
That's
doing
the
here?
old.
That's the Johnny Cochran. Okay, and how do they get the scents inside the candles?
Oh yeah,
It's
because
it's
wax
all
doesn't smell, right?
wickless.
Just like wax when it's.
Oh.
I don't know where wax is from, but
It's
if it's from a
oils.
tree or whatever, does it come out smelling?
It's essential oils.
What?
So you would an oil.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what. Okay. So if I wanted to
funny.
do
I
like
should text Lyle.
s'more,
He is.
You could text him if you need to.
No, that's
seems
fine.
like
He's just like how. Oh my god.
would
I was gonna say if you were to do like s'mores, like cloud s'mores, cloud spirit s'mores. That's the
He's
candle.
saying next, can you dye your hair black for Peoria? I'm gonna say, oh my god, why?
yeah. Ask him why.
He said because it looks better. Like.
Like your hair looks great.
Yeah, it seems fine.
Okay.
Check
Okay.
with your husband too.
Oh, that's a good call.
So, bottom line, what we're saying here.
Yeah.
You want to know how to stay fresh when you travel?
Yes,
Let me
that's
give you-
here's
That's a
a
good-
travel tip for all you biz heads out there.
Bottom line. That's one of the segments we do.
You know what I like to do on the airplane? Doesn't matter. Seatbelt sign on or off. I like to go through, open all the bins. Overhead. Open.
Oh, wow.
Get the air circulating.
While
That's
you're in
gotta
the air.
stress people out.
They love it. One
Oh,
guy,
people love it.
Who loves it?
the guy who got hit in the head with a duffel bag and invented a popular fitness app as a result.
I tell you something. You just made me think of a story, and I'm going to throw it out there. I've never shared it on the show. I was traveling once, and it was a layover in Dallas. As a matter of
Dallas
fact,
Fort
I know a guy. If you next time you go there, I'm going to hook you up with Chad.
and I see coming out of the bathroom to get on the connecting flight to get back to Los Angeles. I go, wait a second. That's infamous Hall of Fame ex-Olympic coach Bobby Knight. He was a college basketball coach. I saw him leaving the men's room, and then I love to sleep on planes. That's my thing. He'll be the first. I'm out like a
He's
light
out before we
on the
take off.
tarmac. It's part of it is fear, but then I wake up, and the guy next to me is reading a book. I'm kind of getting my bearings. Probably about an hour left in the flight, and I look up, kind of still sleepy-eyed, and I see Bobby Knight walking down the aisle back toward
He's
me
on his plane.
on my plane. So I didn't even know he was on my plane because I was asleep. He's on my plane. He walks back to his seat, and he's in coach, which I'm going to give it to him. I like to see that. I like to see a guy that could be in first that's
He
sitting
could
in
be
coach.
in first, yeah.
He goes, he's a big guy. Also didn't realize that. He goes to sit down, and he bangs his head on the bins. It was closed. Maybe it had been open, wouldn't have hurt as much.
Exactly.
He banged his head, and in one motion, he bangs ahead and sits in the seat. And the second his butt hits the seat, he punches the top of the bin like it's a person that did it to him.
Never seen this side of you before.
Me either, honestly.
Well, it's just Bobby Knight. It's Bobby Knight.
Oh, you were.
I was
see,
in
see,
character.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, we knew about Bobby's temper,
But then to see it in person
Right.
but to get to see that
on a
temper,
plane
that's
at like 40,000 feet in the air.
30.
Yeah, it is more. They're not letting people go up as high anymore.
It's COVID. Okay.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
we got to pay a bill,
Go
I
ahead.
think.
yeah, and I do want
Oh
to
yeah, please.
also do a word association.
Let's do that first. You
Okay. Candle,
Pomegranate moisture,
Lyle,
wings of an angel.
Afghanistan.
Detonate it.
Spaghetti.
Freedom.
Okay, we do need to pay an ad here. Hey, Business Trips is also brought to you by Faveur and Mercy. Looking to buy women's clothing and not break the bank? Come on down to Faveur and Mercy Women's Clothing Store on Nevin Avenue in Los Angeles. We've got everything from short cuff sleeves, soft slub knit tops to long dolman sleeves, cropped French terry tops. Want to show your stomach? Try the center tunnel shinning balloon sleeves top. Or maybe it's 1 o'clock and you want to be in a soft heather gray robe dress. Maybe you're looking to save a buck or two. Our two-tone color shacket with buttons is currently on sale. Whether you're a mom going out with her friend for the one time this month or a younger lady on a first date to a rock concert, we've got you covered. By the way, if it's the rock concert, maybe try our high-rise side slit hem 34 inseam light blue denim skinny front back distressed jeans. We're Faveur and Mercy at Nevin and Adams, and we might just have what you want to wear the most.
Or just wear a hat for the love of God.
Or golly, you can also. I bet at Faveur and Mercy they have hats. I don't know, but
where is Faveur and Mercy?
That's at Nevin and Adams in L.A. And for those people who can see visually our clip, you got to check out Tabitha's hat. If you're from our beloved Faveur and Mercy, maybe that's something to put in the lineup.
Do need to also.
Oh my God, I'm sending this to Lyle.
Do need to also.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right.
I think I need to do this. Today's also a sad day here at Business Trips because we have to say goodbye to a member of the Business Trips family. We lost one of the best in Mel Chili-Con Carney. Mel was the building manager here. He hated being confused with being an office manager. He would always say, one orders paper clips and coffee filters and one orders your eviction.
That's right.
Which is a classic Mel thing he would sometimes say. Mel was a big man with a high voice, a lot higher than the one I just did, but I don't do voices. Well, again, let me try. One orders paper clips and coffee filters, and one orders your eviction. That's a little closer.
That sounded like him.
Big man, high voice, but yeah, he made sure he never underestimated his toughness. He was a fan of the show, and of those retractable key rings for your belt. He liked to turn that fat set of keys into a yo-yo in his big mitts. Mel had a bathroom inside his office. He liked to remind everyone about that and kind of lord that over all of us. He was the only one in the building that had their own place to do their business in private. Weird thing to brag about, but over time we noticed it grew in value because the bathroom situation here, I'm not sure if you're, it's not.
I'd love to take a look at it.
Yeah. Mel was found dead at home this morning, and foul play has been ruled in, unfortunately. And they're not giving a lot of details away, but it's something involving it's a strangulation, but not with hands. And I don't know if that's still a strangulation, but
we don't know. They're tight-lipped right now, but we're going to let our listeners know as soon as we know.
We're going to miss Mel's high-pitched grumpiness and his uncanny way of getting food of any texture lodged in his lower teeth, and I think you know what I'm talking about there.
Yes.
If you have will you send me the family's information, please?
Of course.
I'd love to send them a basket of candles.
Oh, like their address.
A gift set, yeah.
That's a really nice thought. I don't even know
so
did he have a family? I'm not sure about that.
We are going to find that out for everyone involved, but especially for the Body family, because I assume you guys are probably good to know around Christmas to get a little basket of soaps.
Come by our house
Yeah.
Christmas. You're invited.
On Christmas
Oh.
Day?
You guys are invited.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take you up on that. I'm wide open.
Have you ever had a stocking filled with just lotion, no bottle?
No. Oh, a wet stocking. A
Oh.
soggy stocking. I've heard about these.
Soggy stocking.
Yep, that's what you're going to get.
Oh, wow.
Come over. Please come over.
Oh, wow.
Sold to me. I don't know. Do you?
Yeah. I do. I mean, I do Hanukkah and I do Christmas.
Of course.
I do. But I do. Yes, I do.
I
do
love
stockings.
Hanukkah.
It's not just again. We
How do
get
you
into this.
pronounce it
We get
again?
into that Hanukkah. I don't. He likes to. It's not a competition because I mean,
Not for me either. It's a tie for.
It's really
both are
not though.
great.
No, but this is what I keep trying to explain to you. There's no one who celebrates Hanukkah that thinks it's as cool as Christmas.
Except me.
Right, but that makes it worse. It's not.